Here at the Disease Buster studio, we are told to do a report on Ebola, a deadly disease in Africa. It affects over 100 people a day. What do you know about affecting over 100 people a day? And now, we're going to go live to Dana Dendy in Africa. Yeah, she's live in Africa right now with a data miner on the disease Ebola. What do you know about going live to Africa on the disease Ebola? What do you know?
Well, Richard, I'm here in the heart of Zaire where the epidemic first started. And from what I see, the disease has taken an extremely long and negative toll here on the life and culture here in Zaire, even though the disease isn't in effect anymore. The disease, when at its peak, spread all around Africa. I'm here with the data miner, Nathan Klepper, who has in fact been following the disease since its original outbreak. It's getting kind of dark here in Africa. Can we get a spotlight? So Nathan, tell us, when will the entire population become infected with this disease, if the infected are not in quarantine?
What? Okay. Well, this disease here, if not quarantined, it would have spread in about 47 months, you see, approximately.
Oh my, how did you find this information?
I know, right? It's pretty crazy. Well, I know, right? It's pretty crazy, right? Well, the formula I use, though, it's A parentheses B to the X power equals Y, alright? And how I found this information was I approximated that there's about 6 billion people in this world here, as well as in this world in US, alright? And then I've substituted that 6 billion for my Y, and I put in all the epidemic data for the past 15 days in 2004, and I plugged that all into a calculator, see, and then I put in exponential, and I was able to fill in my A and my B. So all I had left was my X, which is going to be the amount of time you see right here. So after filling in my Y, my A, and my B, I then use logarithms. So then I use logarithms, right? But first, what are all those shadows? So then I had X as 3.9, which is equivalent to 3 years, 3.9 years. So 0.9 years is approximately 11 months. So 3 times the number of months gives me 36 months. Adding the 11 months that was the remainder, giving me 47. So that's how I found my data. Now if you want to go back in the lab to my portable lab that they brought to Africa, thanks to the Disease Busters, I can show you guys a sample calculation if you'd like.
Alright, so you're going to move this here over to this side. 1.7 to there. And this 3 here is the day. So I'm trying to find this, which is going to be the number of people affected on this given day, which is 3. Alright? So then, the next thing I have to do is bring down 3. When I do that, I got to bring over the log. And I got to do that to both sides. So I end up with a log 39.3 equaling to 3 log. So then I divide over my log, get the 3 by itself. And then whatever this number is going to equal to 3 days.
Thank you, Richard. Right now, what we knew about the current disease spread on a global scale was that first it started around Zaire, Africa, but then over a month to a month and a half it moved to more southern, and then over in the eastern area and up north eventually, mostly covering all of Africa. The first thing you could have done that is pretty obvious is to steer clear of anybody and avoid direct contact with someone who is suffering from Ebola. Ebola is not an airborne disease, but is highly contagious through bodily fluids. Other ways you could avoid the spread of Ebola was to wash your hands frequently, Avoid sharing clothes with strangers or someone who has been diagnosed with Ebola. You should have always made sure before you touch someone with Ebola that you cover your hands with gloves and your nose and mouth were properly protected. In the later stages of the disease, it will cause the host to convulse in the hopes of spreading it to someone else. If you find that you have Ebola, please make sure to get the proper treatment quickly. Anyone who dies from the disease should be buried quickly.
So this is the graph with the infection rate of Ebola, right?
Yes,
So what type of trend would this be?
this would be an exponential graph right here.
Great. Back to you, Richard.
Well, that sure does sound daunting now, doesn't it? Let's go live to our epidemiologist, Alex Petit, with the live spread of Ebola. What do you know about showing the live spread of Ebola?